In this lecture, we will discuss development strategies. A few years ago, companies either developed in-house or purchased a software package, hired consultants to perform the work. Today, a company has many more choices. They have application service providers, web-hosted software options, firms that offer enterprise-wide software solutions. Companies must deal with the impact of the internet, software outsourcing options, and in-house software development alternatives. The internet has basically changed, and now a service offers a software as a service. It has reached, in 2012, it reached 14.5 billion in revenue. That was a 17.9 increase from 2011. It is predicted that by 2015, that SaaS revenue will grow to 22.1 billion. When we look at traditional versus web-based system development, we have to look at with traditional development, systems design is influenced by compatibility issues. It's designed to run on local and wide area networks. Systems often utilize internet links and resources. You have web-based features are treated as enhancements rather than core elements of the design. Development typically follows one of three paths: in-house development, purchase of a software package with possible modification, and use of outside consultants. Scalability affected by network limitations and constraints. Many applications require substantial desktop computing power and resources, and security issues usually less complex than in a web-based system. With a web-based system, the systems are developed and delivered in an internet-based framework such as .NET or WebSphere. It treats the web as the platform rather than just a communication channel. Is easily scalable and can run on multiple hardware environments. It's used for customer relationship management, order processing, and material management system. It treats the software application as a service that is less dependable on desktop computing power and resources. It limits in-house involvement to a minimum as vendors install, configure, and maintain the system. And it requires an additional level called middleware to communicate with existing software and legacy systems. Another strategy is that involving trends. You have Web 2.0 and cloud computing. Web 2.0 will enhance interactive experiences like your wikis and your blogs. Also, we have social networking. Cloud computing may offer an overall online software and data environment. Cloud computing holds the promise of the new generation of powerful web applications and services. This is an evolving technology, and at this point the term means different things to different people. When we look at outsourcing, the growth of outsourcing, a firm that offers outsourcing solution is called a service provider. Application Service Providers, or ASP, is a firm that delivers a software application or access to an application by charging a usage or subscription fee. Internet Business Services, or IBS, also called Managed Hosting, is a web-based support for transactions such as order processing, billing, and customer relationship management. When you look at outsourcing, you have to take into consideration outsourcing fees. A fixed fee model uses a set of fee based on a specified level of service and user support. A subscription model has a variable fee based on the number of users or workstations that have access to the application. A usage model or transaction model charges a variable fee based on the volume of transaction or operations performed by the application. When looking at outsourcing, we have to look at outsourcing issues and concern. The mission-critical IT systems outsource if the result is the cost attractive, reliable business solution. It can affect day-to-day company operations and can raise some concerns. Offshore outsourcing is shifting IT development, support, and operation to other countries. Many firms are sending IT work overseas at an increasing rate. The main reason is lower bottom line cost. Offshore outsourcing, however, involves some unique risk and concerns. A company's choice is to develop its own software or purchase properly customized and implement a software package. Most important consideration is the total cost of ownership. When you're looking at purchasing software, you have to look, should I make or buy? The choice between developing versus purchasing often is called a make or buy or build or buy decision. The company's IT department makes, builds, and develops in-house software. A software package is obtained from a vendor or application provider. When you look at reasons for in-house development, is it satisfies unique business requirements, it minimizes changes in business procedures and policies, it meets constraints and existing system, it meets constraints of existing technology, you develop internal resources and capabilities, and you satisfy unique security requirements. When you look at reasons for purchasing the software, it's lower in cost, it requires less time to implement, it provides reliable and performance benchmarks, it requires less technical development staff, the future upgrades is provided by the vendor, and you can obtain input from other companies that may already be using the software. Developing software in-house satisfies a unique business requirement because no commercial software can meet their unique business requirement. It minimizes changes in business procedures and policy. Installing a new software package almost always requires some degree of change in how a company does business. It meets the constraints of existing systems. Any new software installed must work with existing systems. Also, meeting the constraints of existing technology. The new system must work with existing hardware and legacy system. So you develop internal resources and capability. Develop and train an IT staff that understands the organization's business functions and information support needs. When purchasing a software, you have lower costs. A software package almost always is less expensive than in-house development. It requires less time to implement because packages have already been designed, programmed, tested, and documented. You have proven reliability and performance. Major problems probably have been detected already and corrected by the vendor. Also, reasons for purchasing software is it requires less technical development staff. Companies can reduce the number of programmers and system analysts on the IT staff. Future upgrades are provided by the vendor. Improvements and enhancements included in a new version or release. Input from other companies. You can contact users and other companies to obtain their input and impressions. You can also customize the software package. You purchase a basic package that vendors will customize to suit your needs. You negotiate directly with the software vendor to make enhancements to meet your needs by paying for the changes. Purchase the package and make your own modification if this is permissible under the terms of the software license. As we continue to look at acquiring new software, we have to look at the steps that we would take in order to acquire the software. First, we need to evaluate the information system requirement. We need to identify key features, consider network and web related issues, estimate the volume and future growth, specify the hardware, software, or personnel constraints, and prepare a request for proposal or quotation. The next thing we do is identify potential vendors or outsourcing option. The internet is a primary marketplace. Another approach is to work with a consultant firm. Another valuable resource is an internet bulletin board system that contains thousands of forums called news groups. Step 3, we will evaluate the alternatives. Existing users obtain feedback and learn about their experiences. Application testing. Is it possible for users in your organization to try the product? Benchmarking. Measure the time a package takes to process a certain number of transactions, and match each package against the request for proposal features and rank the choices. Step 4 is perform a cost-benefit analysis. Identify and calculate the TCO, or the total cost of ownership, for each option you are considering. When you purchase software, what you are buying is a software license. If you purchase a software package, consider a supplemental maintenance agreement. Step 5 is prepare a recommendation. Evaluate and describe alternatives together with the costs, the benefits, the advantages, the disadvantages of each option. Submit a formal system requirements document and deliver a presentation. Step 6 is implement the solution. Implementation tasks will depend on the solution selected. Before the new software becomes operational, you must complete all implementation steps, including loading, configuring, and testing the software, training users, and converting data files to the new system. Some of the tasks that need to be completed by the system analysis task would be the system requirements document, also called a software requirement specification. It contains the requirements for the new system, describes the alternatives that were considered, and makes a specific recommendation to management. It's like a contract. Format and organize it so it's easy to read and use. When you're presenting to management, you want to summarize the primary variable alternative. Explain why the evaluation and selection team chose the recommended alternative. Allow time for discussion and for questions and answers. Obtain a final decision from management or agree on a timetable for the next step in the process. Depending on your decision, your next task as a system analyst will be the following: implement an outsourcing alternative, develop an in-house system, purchase or customize a software package, perform additional system analysis work, or stop all further work. When you do the transition to the design phase, preparing for the design, system design require accurate documentation, and you must provide detailed specifications for output, input, data, and then processes. Logical and physical design. Logical defines what must take place, not how it will be accomplished. The physical design, like a set of blueprints for an actual construction of a building.